factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Mayo into the lane. Johnson wide open. He fires. Bosch grabs the miss. Wade with it. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Johnson. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Mayo in at the shooting guard position. Now Young following the three-point attempt by Freak. Johnson can't get it to go. Now here's Freak. A 35-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Here's Bosch. And he finishes nicely on the way.
I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
And it worked to perfection, Clark, on that possession. We'll see how that plays out in terms of being a big part of their game plan.
And so it's the Heat. On the board first. Screen by Young. Kicks it to Mayo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Johnson. Here's Young. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Now here's Freak. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. One player he said they can't overlook is Chris Bosh. He said Bosh is the perfect complementary scorer. He can hit the spot-up J and also really crash the offensive boards. We simply can't get so caught up elsewhere that we allow him to have a big night. And Kevin at 6'11", Bosh really an anchor in that front court. When he plays well, they're tough to beat.
Thanks again, Doris.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Screen by Young. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Young, right side. Pass to Lopez. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Here's A-Train. Works a big height bounce and goes in.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40. % so far to start out the game. Lopez a screen. Now here's Johnson, covered by A-Train, and stolen by Freak. And it's Wade penetrating, tries to keep it alive. Good defensive work there by Young. And Brooklyn has possession. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
The Nets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. A different look for Miami. Nets trail by 4. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. D-Wade out there with A-Train. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. Heat shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Here's A-Train. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. A-Train's got his second basket of the night.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Johnson kicks to Mayo. Lopez a screen. Bogdanovic nailed from three-point land. Bogdanovic has got 7.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Mayo against Wade. Outside Mayo. The feed to Bogdanovic. Screen by Young. Just 5 to shoot. Dishes to Lopez. Buries it down low. 6 points for him.
Well, that's a lot of good passing out there. They've really got that ball hopping around.
Yeah, the ball moves a lot faster than any player could ever hope to move, and it also creates a lot of good scoring chances when you're passing. Passing is this crisp.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
And stretching back to the break, here's how the Heat have performed. First in lowest turnovers a game. First in opponent offense. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offense.
And you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He had 35 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. The cherry on top for him, in addition to his outing, was ending the losing streak his team had been suffering through. We all know how big those moments can be for a team, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
The Heat trail by 4 to stop the drought. No good from Wade.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Bogdanovic. 12 points for him. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
And they've made an effort to get to the line here in the first half, guys, and it's starting to pay off.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Deng comes in for Chris Bosh. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Udrich in for A-Train. Good on both. The Heat trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Udrih kicks to Dang. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Johnson against Henderson. Pass to Bogdanovic. Here's Bilar. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Young. And again, it's the Nets missing. Miami's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. There's the dish to Henderson. 1:56 left now here in the second.
Ball. Sticking too much.
Miami needs to get a shot off. Stoudemire from 16 feet away. He cans it. Stoudemire's got 6 points.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Here's Bogdanovic. 9 points last game. Now the pass to Johnson. On the wing, Johnson. Here's Bilar. Johnson outside. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Pass to Bilar. Let's go. And the Nets miss again.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. And 1:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Off with the layup.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
They set the screen. Screen by Young. Johnson outside. Feeds it to Bogdanovic. And it's off from three-point range. The Heat trail by 4. Now Udrih. Stoudemire the screen. Udrih the pass to Stoudemire. Dang gets a wide open look. Misses the 3. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Stoudemire against Johnson. The 10-footer. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Nets ending the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Coach Spoelstra. And, Coach, how do you rate the team's defensive performance to this point?
We're playing our normal defense, which is to be aggressive, disruptive. And for the most part, we've been able to cover ground except for the fouls at the basket.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
All right, guys, I want to go over some things before we get back out there. We've come up dry from three-point range, and it's killing us. I thought that shot would be something we could lean on, but we need to rethink that. Let's limit our attempts from downtown for the time being. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. The Heat trail by 6, and Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got Mayo. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Johnson, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And he gets the bucket. Wade's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Heat.
The signature bucket for him on that possession. They can get themselves in front quickly with a few more like that.
And it's Johnson penetrating. And he gets it to go. Johnson's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Nets.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And let's review some numbers for Johnson. Averaging 13 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. How last month turned out for him? 4th in scoring, 7th in free throw percentage, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge.
And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. Dwayne Wade on top.
His shooting has been off the charts. I mean, especially given that he typically operates away from the basket. Those aren't all layups he's knocking down.
Yeah, and he's got such a nice, soft touch inside or outside, and he has the ability to create high-quality shots for himself. That makes him a tough scoring threat.
Now here's Freak. 3-pointer. They get it back. Right side. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Heat getting the bucket. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. And then Wade slams it in.